Have you ever wondered how to live on just $1,000 a month? That's right, $1,000. It seems like an intimidating challenge, doesn't it? But with the right approach and mindset, it's possible. And it all begins with extreme frugal living, a lifestyle that calls for strategic budgeting and a laser focus on essentials. Now, don't let the term extreme intimidate you. It's not about depriving yourself of all comforts. Rather, it's about being smart with your money, knowing when to spend and when to save, and making conscious, informed decisions. Living on $1,000 a month is a journey of financial discipline and sacrifice. It's about exploring every avenue for cost savings and maximizing every cent. In the next few minutes, we will break this down into clear, manageable steps. First things first, let's tackle your biggest expenses: housing and utilities. When it comes to housing, one of the most effective strategies to live on a tight budget is to explore more affordable options. Shared housing, for instance, is a fantastic way to drastically cut down on rent and utilities. Having roommates means the expenses are split, which can make a significant dent in your monthly outgoings. Another option is to rent a room instead of an entire apartment or house. Renting a room is usually much more affordable and still provides you with a place to call home. If these options aren't feasible, consider seeking out low-income housing alternatives. Many cities offer housing at a reduced rate for those who qualify. If you're currently in a lease, it may be worth negotiating your rent with your landlord. In some cases, landlords are willing to reduce the rent, especially if the alternative is losing a reliable tenant. And if all else fails, it might be time to consider moving to a cheaper place. Yes, moving can be a hassle and there's an upfront cost, but the long-term savings could be substantial. The cost of living in each state changes drastically. For example, a $40,000 salary in California won't be enough. But in a southern state such as Mississippi, it will. Now let's talk about utilities. These are necessary, of course, but there are ways to minimize their impact on your budget. One effective method is to be mindful of your usage. Turning off lights when leaving a room, taking shorter showers, and unplugging electronics when they're not in use can all help reduce your utility bills. Some companies offer discounts or have budget plans available that spread out costs more evenly across the year. It's worth a phone call to see what options might be available to you. Lastly, consider investing in energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs. They might cost a bit more upfront, but the savings on your monthly bills will more than make up for it over time. Now, let's look into some lifestyle changes you can make. Minimalism isn't just a design aesthetic, it's a way of life that encourages the elimination of excess. By cutting down on unnecessary possessions, not only do you declutter your space, but you also declutter your budget. The items gathering dust in your attic or basement could be sold to generate extra income. Get rid of everything you don't need. Now, on to transportation. If you live in an area with reliable public transportation, consider using it. Buses, trams, and trains are typically far cheaper than owning, maintaining, and fueling a car. If public transport isn't an option, consider cost-effective alternatives like biking, carpooling, or even walking if your destination is near. Not only are these options kinder to your wallet, but they're also better for the environment. Adopting a minimalist lifestyle and smart transportation choices can significantly reduce your monthly expenses. Next up, let's talk about shopping and bills. It's no secret that thrift stores and online secondhand platforms are treasure troves for budget-conscious folks. Not only can you find unique, quality items at a fraction of the cost, but you're also contributing to a more sustainable lifestyle by giving items a second life. In addition, you should leverage couponing and cashback apps to save on your grocery and household item expenses. Many apps offer rebates on everyday purchases, turning your regular shopping into a source of savings. Now let's move on to bills. You might be surprised to know that many service providers will negotiate rates. It might feel uncomfortable to ask, but remember, the worst they can say is no. Begin by researching what other providers are charging for similar services. Then confidently approach your current provider with this information. Express your desire to continue their service, but mention the competitive rates you've found. Many companies value customer retention and may offer you a discount. Negotiating bills and shopping secondhand can make a substantial difference in your monthly budget. It's all about being proactive, informed, and unafraid to ask for what you need. Let's move on to resources that can help you stretch your budget. You might be surprised by how much assistance is available from government programs. These programs are designed to provide support for housing, food, and healthcare. Many government websites offer clear instructions on how to apply. Some even provide online calculators to estimate your potential benefits. But don't stop there. Learning basic DIY skills can also play a major role in frugal living. Instead of spending money on repairs or new items, why not fix it yourself? From sewing a torn shirt to fixing a leaky faucet, these skills can save you a significant amount of money over time. Plus, there's a wealth of free DIY tutorials available online. Utilizing available resources and developing DIY skills are strategies that can significantly extend your $1,000 budget. Now let's discuss personal finance education and entertainment. Improve yourself by investing time in personal finance education. There are countless resources available to help you understand concepts like budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. Numerous online resources, books, and free courses can empower you to make informed financial decisions. Explore educational resources provided by local community centers, nonprofits, and government initiatives. Many organizations offer workshops and seminars on topics ranging from financial literacy to career development. Now, on to entertainment. Just because you're on a tight budget doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. Seek out free or low-cost entertainment options. Public libraries offer a wealth of resources from books to movies and often host free community events. The internet is also a treasure trove of free entertainment from podcasts to online games. Don't overlook the simple pleasures in life either. A walk in the park, a picnic with friends, or a homemade movie night can be just as enjoyable as a trip to the cinema or a fancy meal out. Investing time in your financial education and finding low-cost entertainment can make living on a $1,000 budget more manageable. Now let's discuss health and side hustles. The intersection of health and money may seem distant, but they are closely intertwined, especially when it comes to frugal living. One of the best ways to keep medical expenses down in the long run is to invest in preventive healthcare today. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and regular checkups are all part of this equation. The healthier you are, the less likely you'll run up high medical bills in the future. Now let's switch gears and talk about side hustles. In today's gig economy, there are a lot of opportunities to supplement your income. It's all about leveraging the skills you already possess. Are you a whiz with words? Consider freelance writing or editing. Handy with a camera? Try selling stock photos online. Got a knack for crafts? Open an online store and sell your handmade items. Good with pets? Pet sitting or dog walking could be your next gig. The options are nearly endless. However, it's important to remember that a side hustle should not cost you more than it brings in. Avoid ventures that require a large upfront investment. Instead, focus on opportunities that allow you to utilize your existing skills and resources. Living on a tight budget doesn't mean you have to compromise on your health or limit your income potential. By making smart choices and exploring all available avenues, you can live well on less. Living on $1,000 a month requires discipline and sacrifice, but with these tips, it's entirely possible. Remember to reassess your budget regularly and always look for ways to save or increase income. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, even on a shoestring budget.